a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Hello there, dear wanderers and travelers. My name is Melton Blight, and gonna have a bit of a shorter stream today, because I've been gone for the past couple days because, well, for the past 2 days I've been suffering from a really bad fever. So, which led to me like having like really nasty headache and my body just like burning up like pretty much a whole day. I pretty much just slept for like an entire day. Felt a little better. Took some medication, thankfully. I'm feeling a lot better, though. You can tell from my voice, I'm still slightly sick. But I'm a lot better. I just have, my throat is just slightly sore and my chest is a little congested, so I'm still cough a little bit. But overall, I'm pretty much fine. But as to not overexert myself too much, I was planning on playing like Woo, but I feel like I want to do something a little bit more calmer. So we're just going to read some of the As I've Written stories here in HSR because, well, I'm assuming it's all just going to be voiced and I don't have to voice it. And yeah, I feel like this could be a very nice cozy stream where we can just simply just watch a story unfold before us. And while I try and recover my voice a bit. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I don't know, which one should we start with first? Oh. Let's do Mr. Fine Man since we haven't talked to him in a bit. If we could still laugh. God, it's very hard for me to do my voices actually still.
Final? Perhaps you're more suited to being a teacher's assistant.
There were once those who misunderstood his alias. Final. An eventuality for students, a test for knowledge gained. It may bring wisdom to light and illuminate efforts, but the word's more common meaning is nothing less than the end.
That's quite ominous.
The man pretended to be surprised and responded with a smile.
Though it does dovetail with our destiny.
Laughter resounds. The man walks the land, leaving footprints filled with joy.
Also, apologies if I sometimes like cough into the mic. Yeah.
Despite the weight of the past, you can always laugh it away.
I can't control all of my
Nearby
coughs,
glance at
unfortunately.
each other, unsure of how to respond.
Perhaps I was just born easygoing.
His explanation is just as carefree.
Look at Mighty and Professor Anaxa. Boys all grow up into serious adults. But as long as I keep smiling, Akuma will always have an upbeat, shining young man.
Though, having said that, he too has quiet moments. Each time he gazed long toward the coming dawn, a smile remained fixed on his lips, paying no mind to anything else. His eyes were painted with the azure of the sky, gaze fixed on the titan bearing the world.
I was just imagining.
He explained his own trance in a comment.
Kefali too was once in mortal flesh and raiment.
Now, when the man comes with sword in hand, there is no need to doubt he will swiftly win victory. But his smile is pure. Ever since the start of the journey, he is still called a youth in this story. Youth is always ambitious, with lofty goals. But it seems that in the man's heart, only the wishes of others are held.
Oh,
He remained silent. Then, as he was wont to do, he simply
sorry for
smiled.
not.
As long as I don't ask for too much, everything will unfold as desired.
Wait, hold on. Apart from the ideal of deliverance, what do you have left? The golden-haired friend once asked him to do so. Sorry.
In Amphorius, untitled statues are a prevalent sight. As for the inspiration behind these statues, they are said to be the clay figures that Kefali made at the world's creation. They made clay figures in their likeness, bestowed upon them the breath of life, and allowed the golden divinity of their blood to course through. Thus, the very first mortals roamed the earth, receiving the gods' mercy while realizing the sorrows of this world. But that sorrow was, in the end, only the sorrow of the world. Nobody ever cared what lay behind the smile, what the clay figure thought.
Prisoner of Flames, Kaslana. Oh. Okay. Let's. Ooh. Also a good time to do these as I've written stories, so I can get a bit more gems, because I'm still planning to get. Probably not E6, my E6 Silver Wolf, but best case scenario, hopefully I get an E4, since I'm on... Oh wait, no, I think I'm only on E1 right now. That'll take a couple of reruns, but that's fine. Let's switch over to my favorite cat. Birth of Spirit Thief. Well, actually, Zach.
This is an age of ruin. The Chrysos War ignites once more, while Zagreus' taunts ripple through the city streets. This is also an age of splendor. 300 thieves spring forth from Dolos, each scheming to conceal the truth from prying eyes, robbing the rich to give succor to the poor.
Every one of them deceives gods and men alike, righteous and valiant.
The flame chase journey has been cut short midway, yet the girl pounds her chest at the gold weaver, not afraid.
The core flame of trickery is near. If now isn't the time to risk it all, then when?
The prophecy reveals the Titan's trail. Golden threads bind the fleeing god of thieves. The young girl flashed a grin and walked towards the god who was pretending to smile.
I once vowed to the god of thieves that I would force trickery to reap what they have sown.
The Titan whispered from the vortex, the god of trickery's earnest plea. They made a promise to the girl who entered the trial that the whole world would be bathed in light. No more lies and deceit.
I think I can attempt to do a little, like, rat kind of voice. With the state my throat's in. If my divine authority is not inherited, shadowed lies shall never again be born, and I, even having lost the core flame, may yet scrape out survival here, in secret.
The young girl recalled the hearth fire of her childhood.
Cyphera, only honesty is well liked.
She pursed her lips.
That does sound like quite the ideal society. Of course I didn't accept. How boring would a world without deception be?
The young girl demonstrated her newly acquired divine power, molding lies into reality.
The defeated Titan is now not but a wandering soul.
But somewhere far away, a purple spirit thief opened bleary eyes. They had forgotten their previous life as a Titan and remembered only the girl's crafty message.
Go! Collect treasure, you greedy little grape. Once you regain the memories of trickery from chests, then I will claim the reward for saving your life.
In the days spent away from Akama, the girl grew accustomed to traveling alone. In a certain city, she heard of a spirit thief, rumors aplenty.
I, Bartolo's master thief, shall take all you've labored to gain.
So saying, the spirit thief steals the girl's coin pouch and fled without a trace. But a gust of wind brushed past, and the girl had already caught them.
Running for it? Your life was saved by my trickery, you know.
The old god and the new finally reunite, the two rivals who, from that moment on, became thieves and companions both. It's just that the spirit thief's companion was always scaring them.
Hey, the fish in the River of Souls are starving, you know.
Got one more. Or, well, I think it's one more. Might as well finish.
A thief reveals a few lies.
The first lie is called... Fellow thieves, come on and deceive gods with me.
The world has already forgotten that feast. Lies unnumbered that drowned the Day of Souls. Schemes uncounted, burning for a night of revelry. 300 thieves shackled in imprisonment in exchange for a Titan's resigned confinement.
To have managed to trick the Grand Master of all tricks.
I can die happy now.
This was Dolos's great achievement, the deception of the gods, where even Zagreus was fooled.
The second lie is called... The god of trickery is now not but a wandering soul.
Why did she spare the Titan's life? The young girl knew not, even after asking herself. Was it greed for the treasure they promised? Or had she vaguely perceived their lonely fate?
It's because you're every bit as despicable as I am. It's such a relief not having to deal with the noble.
The girl dismissed and made light of herself. only forgetting trickery was once a god that supported the world.
The third lie is called... Oh, eternal day! Endlessly illuminate the holy city.
Probably her biggest
At
and
Dawn Cloud,
most
the
important
chaplain's
lie.
secrets foretold the coming of that endless night.
What if my lies are more... sophisticated? Can the dawn last forever? No end in sight?
Bearing the fate of the thief star, the girl was long used to walking in shadow. But as she gazed towards the holy city's dawn, her duty became fixed in her heart, stalwart in might.
The fourth lie is called... There's no reason! I just don't want to see you again!
The girl tried to mask her nonchalance, but could never fool the golden thread's questions. But it is the false-hearted malice that most powerfully forces belief. A true flame-chase hero willingly faded from attention, while the wayfaring traveler grasps tight onto fleeting light. She used divine power to forge a mask and conceal the last of her true heart.
The fifth lie is called... No. There are... no more... lies... left.
The whimsical coin fell to the ground, telling the tale of fate fulfilled. Travels unwitnessed, ruses unknown. To whom may these now be told?
Lies are always but lies. But you can make them more beautiful than the truth.
Under the somber sky, golden blood soaked the thief's cloak. Like a golden thread tailored just for her, an exquisite robe that she never stole.
Act concluded. Oh, that's the end of that one. Alright. Where should we... yeah. I mean, I just got her. I got really lucky on Sarita's rules. I'm still in shock by that. Because it's one thing getting her character first try. Or, well, not first try, but, like, not losing a 50-50. And then also, but also incredibly, getting her light cone while also not losing another. So I did not fail two 50-50s. Oh, that's still crazy. I hope I get that kind of luck during my Silver Wolf pulls, if not even better. Because I got two of her like. Wish I got two of her characters so I can get her E1, because Harmony characters Eidolons are usually always really good. Anyway, let's learn a bit. Let's peek into the stories of little Imperator. Not Imperator. Not Imperator, that's different.
A young girl emerging from her sheath and showing her edge, or a tyrant who has emerged victorious from 100 battles. The Black and White Legions squared off on the battlefield, golden and crimson blood converging into a coursing river.
The leader herself actually dares to step forth and face peril?
The tyrant charged toward the exposed gap in the king's flank. and instantly fell into a trap of raging flames and iron rain.
On the board, the king too is but a chess piece. If the king does not lead, how would any dare to follow?
She lifted the king of the crystal pieces high, as though proclaiming the ascension of a new king. Who would win? The holy city that has stood for 1,000 years, or the foreign city-states invading from 1,000 miles away? Hollow hatred ignited the flames of war. The besieged walls of dawn tottered.
Only a miracle can save us now.
The cowardly elders barred themselves behind closed doors, while the trembling citizenry knelt and prayed.
There is no need to panic. The miracle is already here.
Under the banners dancing like waves, the burning crown shone bright as the wheeling constellations. Who would win? The general who saved the city, or the high and mighty with their privileged authority? The guillotine fell, severing the elder's life. The whispers dissipated, and the scales of victory tipped.
From this day forth, I shall bring justice to the holy city.
The people cried out her name and knelt in reverence, but were stopped by the sound of the scepter of authority striking the ground.
Do not lower your heads beneath my crown.
This was the first and also the only Imperator. Who would win? The heroes bursting with ambition, or the omnipotent gods?
The Imperator issued the decree! The start of the flame chase journey is at hand!
Perhaps drawn by the grand design to welcome the Era Nova, or perhaps convinced by that king's great renown. Righteous warriors from across the land gathered before the Imperator's throne. On the day the journey began, the sky was an expanse of fluttering banners. The people gazed upon the overwhelming military alliance, a golden city reflected in their eyes. As for the end of that chess game, the scholars debate endlessly, but such discussions always end with a sigh. The invincible Imperator faded at the pinnacle of power, the crown's flames extinguished in the lake. The banner once revered by the people, along with the broken spears of the heroes, now a tomb. The people said,
Even the sovereign that conquers all before her is no match for fate.
Yet she said,
In a war with fate, has there ever been any justice?
Act concluded. Chessmaster Monarch. Oof. Okay, let me... Hold on. Let me just put this... Let's do a little bit more.
back then, the tides of the Chrysos War had not yet engulfed this city-state of Talenton. And the young princess inside the gates once loved to roam without worries. She snuck into forbidden grounds while the servants were away, but was shocked by what she saw on that day. A chessboard, a stack of pieces, and a strange woman. The board dissected by daylight and shadow, the pieces polished from rough stones uneven.
Fancy a game?
If you are my match, then I'll call you my friend.
The stranger's voice was husky and coarse.
If you can beat me, then I'll call you my teacher.
The princess proudly retorted. Despite the bravado, the princess had never touched chess. The defeat made her study in earnest, acknowledging the other as a teacher. Well, first she learned the knights, bishops, rooks, and queen. Then how to defend, attack, capture, and checkmate.
I have learned all there is to learn.
Barely out of childhood, the princess raced into games of chess. Those who looked down on her faced many losses. Those who glorified themselves forfeited in a mess. At her prime, none could rival her at all. But she still recalled what the stranger said.
My origins bring dark omens. So never tell others where your teacher is from.
Wait, who was your
The waves of the Chrysos War washed over the world. The Achaemons welcomed a ruler. She was deemed imperator and loved to play chess with herself.
That's a little sad.
She regarded all things as pieces, whether Chrysos heirs or Titans magnificent.
How do you play chess by yourself unless you're doing with an
Before
AI?
every god-slaying campaign, she thought of the stranger from her childhood, as if that woman had always lived in her mind.
Isn't it lonely to play chess against yourself?
Yeah.
The princess did not understand at the time. But now, she who bore the crown finally realized. The flame chase's beginning was like fuel being tossed onto the fire, and in the unending road of marching banners and war cries, she finally had the time to meditate. There were often jesters behind the king, curious about her past in her old city lost to time. One claimed the Imperator was cruel, executing her own teacher. Another stated the Imperator was biased, learning from an enemy hostage. Many such rumors abounded, with no origin found.
Yeah.
No matter. That
That's
was
usually
indeed the criminal
what rumors
sentence
are.
I read out.
The Imperator stated evenly,
My teacher was an enemy hostage whom my elders had imprisoned. Her state betrayed our alliance and must be executed according to law. But she taught me chess, so why can't I chisel the word teacher on her tombstone now?
when the princess personally cleaned up the possessions of the dead, she caught sight of an incomplete game on the ground. The stranger's hoarse chuckle still echoed in her ear, laughing at the eternal fate of imprisonment, and at how the one facing her was the princess of the enemy.
Is this your final game for me, my teacher?
The princess imagined the end game over and over. Even when she took the imperial crown, she still dreamt of the black and white board. The concealed truth suddenly dawned on her during a more difficult contest in the future. An unfinished game might be the opponent's lifelong barrier.
Act concluded. Next act.
The Imperator's army stormed into the northern states for the first time, passing through city gates scorched by war.
Another tyrant still!
So exclaimed the angry child. The rock tossed from up high hit the girl's crown. The crowd shrieked and retreated, fearful of a ruler's flames of fury. The girl reached out, not to straighten the crown on her head, but to help up the child shivering in dread.
I heard in the old laws of this land, whoever assaults the crown shall be punished. But I wear another land's crown. And your old laws should also be abolished.
After many days, the gold weaver discovered in shock that wearing a crown or a hat to the side was now this land's fashion, likely to remain with the Imperator's name in tradition. The so-called heroes with golden blood in their veins all have the qualities to fight for the core flames. Who's to say this was not the gods' plan? To have the heroes at each other's throats so the divine could hide in old law's lair and laugh, play, and gloat. Who made this world a chessboard and with one stroke, one river, created the boundary between God and man?
Dux Gladiorum, Dux Carminum, Dux Helcalithist, Dux Fragoris, Dux Brumalis. Heed my call!
The girl stood before a mighty army with her scepter.
Today, I will insist on crossing the Rubicon. Gather the might of all heroes and begin the journey to slay gods!
Half of the core flames were now in her hands, and the hidden trickery titan stirred, leaving taunts.
Oh.
The Imperator summoned the heroes to discuss, finally stopping after much hesitation. As they had already pinned down the bones of Earth's beast, they let that thief live for a bit longer in bliss.
Hold on, gotta.
Hehe. Grow taller, puny Empress. Otherwise you won't be able to catch me. Hehehe.
Half of the core flames were now in her hands, and the Imperator, the warrior of the fractured blade, laughed boldly.
Our sovereign is good at open strategies and struggles with trickery. But where is that live fish?
The Imperator replied with a chuckle.
Her? She probably disliked the scent of cats and submerged herself in the baths.
The years spent with her dukes didn't seem too far distant. Yet only after the end of many wars did the heroes discover how the Imperator's form walked more and more alone.
The road of a ruler is a lonely one. One day, we'll only be able to see her retreating form.
The Swordmaster of Singing Waves was worried too. When all others had departed in intoxication, the two of them gazed into each other's eyes, towards torrents deeper than their fates, and sank into profound silence.
Drink one more cup with me, my dear follower.
In the end, the Imperator first broke the silence.
When compared to the taste of salt and blood, I sometimes miss your ambrosia.
About the destruction soon to be born and the eternally occurring extrapolation, the Anti-Catherians spoke of all
Please,
this
I don't want to hear Lygus again.
unceasing.
I've already heard enough from him.
So this is the old world I must fight against.
The girl's expression bore no sorrow or tragedy. Instead, she looked more solemn and ready than ever. Whoever stated the two kings could not meet face to face in chess?
I am the sovereign of Akama. I once faced the gods. So what do I have to fear about the laws hanging behind such gods? I will chop up the old laws and let them be firewood for the new.
No matter the cost. That was the Imperator's lifelong conviction. Never changed, always persistent.
Act concluded. Okay. One more. And I think we'll do Hycillans, and then I think I might be done for for today.
That of the gods. Blood gushed out from the statue's orifices, and the people, in cheers and elation, washed their hands in that golden blood. The tyrant's life will end with violent death. None will weep, and all will cheer as her statue topples. She will die before the dawn comes.
A vengeful aristocrat, one whose title was stripped by the Imperator, thus spoke.
We cannot agree with your excessive deeds. You have imprisoned Trebios' split selves, demanding that divine authority regress into the ruler's mouthpiece. We will reveal your future with the prophecy. And tell in truth, your crusade will indeed be a smooth path. Yet in the same breath, we see omens of your death. A demise in an absolute pure darkness. Even so, please excuse us, as our eyes continue to be drawn to your crown's flames.
Please don't touch the don't
Ducks
touch. Actually,
with
how
Torm.
does Ceredra's hat even
We
work?
don't exactly
Is it
hate
actually
that
always
name.
on fire?
In the
Because if
name
so,
of
I don't think that's
Yanasopolis' priestess,
it's OSHA
holy
regulated.
maiden,
OSHA.
and oracle, thus spoke
Within OSHA
the
regulation.
Imperator's Dux Fatorum.
Allow me to remind you.
God
your
dang it! What did I
life
just?
is now on a
I don't.
countdown with the fall of law.
Why do we always have to hear this guy?
Will become. I must confirm. Is our deal still going strong? You are as resolute as always. Good. As ever.
Why is it that even when I'm sick, I have to deal with this
and
fucking guy?
formless and all mundane and average worlds need someone like you. A daring ruler. Let us end this despicable extrapolation together.
Amphorius is Theoros, the Imperator's co-conspirator, Lycurgus, thus spoke.
The Imperator betrayed the Flame Chase Alliance. And I was the sinner who paved the way for her achievements. Like how a deep-sea fish cannot escape the tide's push and pull. I granted her an end fitting for a tyrant. Her dying smile gazed towards my tear-swelled eyes. She commanded me to wash away all sins and filth, and return a blinding dawn to the holy city. She commanded me to set up stones and monuments in lightless seabeds to commemorate our friends. But who will remember her achievements? I will. I will rest with her in a lonely song.
Electra, the last heir of the ocean, who played music on the waves alone, spoke thus.
Please always record the truth of my life, dear author. No need for words of praise or solemnity. Just as I once instructed Dux Carminum, the histories of rulers are not for recording our merits, but for warning future generations. As for why the Imperator died, and what reproach she would face in life and death, those should be left for the new world to judge. Now I have personally entered my end, a self-flagellation. Let the boiling gold covering the holy city be stamped with my name. For I am certain I have won half a move against the gods. And this unfinished game will be left to the future to reach completion.
Seridra, the only Imperator the Holy City had ever seen, spoke thus.
Act concluded. Yeah, we still don't know, because, like, at the end of the Imperator's life, Seridra sacrificed, asked Hycelans to basically do a Caesar and backstab her, and her Seridra's death would be used as like a deal for, like, I forgot, was it to change or break a rule, or like a bet, something. I forgot what it was, but Banquet Sonata.
The black tide that blotted out the sky surrounded the city walls. The soldiers manning the walls, battered from battle. Melodious chords of music were suddenly heard. A single swordmaster had overcome the waves of enemies. The song flowed from betwixt the blades, breaking through formations as a dorsal fin cleaving the waves. When the last wicked beast finally fell, shattered into pieces amidst the sword's dance, the frost blade bore no trace of blood.
The legions of heroes under my command are as vast as the sea, yet lack a formidable sword banner.
The commander extended a hand, inviting the musician to join. Should a fish separated from its school glimpse a faint glow, it will swim toward the light. The swordmaster clasped the commander's hand, as though gently grasping the hilt of a keen blade. When the spray of her waves extinguished the fires of war from the holy city, a golden name was engraved upon the stone pillars. The former commander burned the crown to become king.
Hycelans, brave in battle, triumphant in command, I grant you the title Dux Gladiorum. Let us all forge ahead together.
During the banquet after the battle, the weaver tailored for her a splendid dress, and the commander poured her honey brew. Her golden-blooded comrades gathered about her, chanting her new name, urging her to play that splendid music. The candlelight danced and mingled with flowing drink, swords and song ringing out in unison. Yet none knew that was once a lonely melody from the deep sea. The music of revelry continued for a long time, until the whispers of conspiracies were buried in the songs, until the roars of lethal struggle shattered the music. Legend holds that they who bear the weight of a pillar shall one day return to where it stands. Those who tug at the earth shall end amongst the mountains. Those those who sow dawn and dusk shall remain eternal in the sky. And she would once again return to the pitch-black sea. And she would once again sing her music alone. The bountiful ocean, with the banquets of bygone days, stir as futile bubbles at the bottom of a glass. Many years later, the song once played by that swordmaster was played by future generations in the Holy City. The people knew the demigod of the seas was still a noble captain. She possessed peerless swordsmanship and a song that is passed down through the ages. It was just that she had long since vanished. Guests at the banquet sometimes spoke of her, but it was only a prayer between their cups.
High ceilings, melody of the waves, bless our night that we may drink deep and dance till dawn.
Act concluded. Oh. Let's check. Let's check Evernights. Well, now that we know who this is, finally. Mysterious foreign guest, Evernight. When I called you mother.
The gates of the Temple of the Three Fates gently open on the day of prayer, and the crowd crouched, whispering like the tide. The priests of Yanis listened to the prophecies. The unwavering axis of the scales of Talantin maintains balance, and only Orynyx remains silent.
Mother, teach me how to answer prayers.
The Titan tasked with time is as perplexed as a child.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
A familiar voice rings out.
Listen carefully. The future they want is in the past.
Like the first light of the morning star.
Really? In the past?
The child sank into a peaceful slumber of recollection, whispering revelations in their sleep. Until the masses crying out amidst the flames of war were swept away by the sounds of sharp swords locking, the fires of ambition incinerating the law.
Mother, usurper, assassinate the divine body.
Memories are tightly entangled by nightmares with nowhere to run.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
An unfamiliar voice rings out.
Go to sleep. The ending they want is yet to be born.
Like the warm glow of the setting sun.
Really? Not here yet?
The child continues to sleep, waiting for the next waking dream. And when they opened their eyes, two of the three fates who once received offerings had already faded from the pages of history.
Mother, I'm already all alone.
The child let out a helpless cry.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
A familiar voice rings out in the mirror.
Just wait. The stars that illuminate the night We'll visit in the end.
Like gentle moonlight. The gates of the Temple of the Three Fates now closed tight. People no longer pray to a titan who cannot touch the world. Within the inescapable dreamscape, the flower stems nourished by the black tide serve as a swaddling embrace, drowning the young child's soul.
Mother, help me leave this place.
But this time, they didn't receive a response. Only long years of yearning and pain. Like the silence of the Evernight.
Oh. Oh.
Days and nights passed. The years turned. Dust covers the glory of the past. The priests have forgotten this titan.
Waiting. Hate waiting.
They watched over the slumbering sprite, gazing at the dull mirror. But a fleeting mirage flickers in the mirror, the shining stars and the lights of the home, and a strange yet familiar voice.
Wake up! Our familiar old friends have already arrived.
Like the newborn dawn.
Act concluded. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I think I might end it here with this, with the As I've Written stories. But why don't we do a few rolls? Nothing crazy like what I did for Ceredra. I still have to do the events. But I think I'll do like 20 rolls. Actually wait, just to check and make sure. I have, yep, E1 right now. Okay. So, I'll go exchange for 10 more rolls. Yep. Let's do a few rolls for the road. And in 3, 2, 1. There you go. I doubt I'm gonna get any kind of luck, but hope I can get her two by the end of this. By the end of this banner. Still got 2 weeks, so. Oh well. Oh, nothing. Well, I gotta go. Probably rest a bit more and probably take a few cough drops. At least. So, dear wanderers and travelers, this has been Moton Blight. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it is for you. And I hope see you all next time. Hopefully when I'm feeling better. Bye.
Not a good sign to